Hello. Welcome to Players and Creators. Uh, I am the DM. I don't know, Doogie Mauser. Um, and thank you for joining us today as we continue our Wild Mount campaign. It's a wild, 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 wild mount. Um, and we will be continuing from last week, where our players did some things and got some things. As usual, I just want to thank everybody for supporting the stream and coming on and watching us. It's very appreciated by myself and everybody else. Um, just definitely want to, moving forward with players and creators, we are definitely trying to reach affiliate status. So all the support that you're giving us and any support that you can continue to give us is definitely going to be helpful and much appreciated. Um, with that, since you've all been waiting patiently, let's get started, shall we? So, last week, when we were together, the group of you had some interesting interactions with the Fixer. You had conversations where you were getting some information, you were giving him some information, and he gave you all, which hopefully you have all read by now, that I sent you in between events. He gave you all a piece of parchment with instructions or whatever it was that you asked for when you first met him. And given that you had a captive who the fixer did say that they were going to use to bring back the two dragonborn eggs that you found. In the midst of that, in two separate bags. 700 gold was placed in between all of you, as the fixer did not know who he should be giving that to. And you also solved a riddle where this skull relief in what looked like a large, almost like a large coin of some sort. Skull had an empty eye socket. You used the obsidian stone that you found on one of the grung leaders, opened it up, and not only did you find an extra dragonborn egg, which seems to have been tribute from the individuals you were chasing, but you also found a few items, one of which was an interesting patchwork kind of hat that Rowan placed upon her head and is now wearing. It's a little ratty looking. It's weird. It's a ratty, newish looking hat. It's like a bunch of contradictions just rolled up into this pointy hat. Um, and basically that's kind of where we left off last week. So the fixer was getting ready to. They said basically try and get some rest before because they had just gotten there. That you guys woke up, and you guys are kind of, I guess, preparing your next moves, your next steps, what have you. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So you have this gold sitting in sacks in a pile in the middle of you. Fixer's kind of walking off towards your captive that's tied up by one of the trees. What do you guys want to do? Anything anything else? You just woke up. Squall, we lost your video. Really? Okay. Everything seems to be registering. Give us a minute, everybody, while we all right. So you guys should talk and see if that helped. Hey chat, can you hear us? Can you hear everybody? Yes, everybody please put your cameras on. That's weird. Okay, they can hear me, but they can't hear you guys. All right, let's let's see if we can figure this out. Hmm. Okay. Everything I'm seeing here is registering you guys through OBS. Which is odd. All right, so one of you, Sarah, you just start talking. Can can you can you guys hear her? Or okay. All right, I'm gonna try something. I'm doing the same thing that I've always done. Nothing is different. Second. Okay. Try now.
Testing. Mic check 1 2. Testing.
Now you're coming through? Okay, great. All right. So we're just waiting for who? Oh, we're waiting for two people. Okay. All right. Thanks for bearing with us, everybody. Uh,
Laura's probably trying to help her fix it.
fix what? It was on my end.
No, Lori's camera is off.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, thank you, everybody, for your patience. We got it fixed. Yay. Your turn.
Quick question.
Quick answer.
So, seeing how I'm level 3, wouldn't my walking speed increase as well by
Nope.
10 feet? Nope. Okay.
Is
All
it?
right. Just checking.
No problem. And remember, those are questions that you should be coming to me, preferably before we actually start playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think to ask for the map before. I'm sorry.
Well, maps for the most part are an in-game thing. So
Yeah, I don't does my character have a map?
is there a map in your inventory?
No.
If it's in your inventory, you have it. That's the rule.
So, I have no sense of direction. Where can we get some mappage?
Well, we can't go back to the city. The fixer just told us.
Yeah, I have to go south, where the Sirios Mountains are.
Okay.
I have
Sounds
to go north.
serious.
It sounds like a lot of us have different directions.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking maybe we choose one particular one first.
Let's find a town that has a map for us. I think north is our best bet. Because he did tell us to follow the lake north.
Okay.
Well, wait. Which way are we traveling?
Just said north.
As long as we don't go northwestern for a little while, then I can travel with you.
Why such a specific direction?
Personal business requires me from staying away from that area.
Okay. Well, it's 2.5 days back to where we were, and we don't want to backtrack.
Yeah.
We want to keep going at least north.
Well, Galen, I think I'll tag along with wherever the hell you're going, because I have no sense of direction, and until I get some sort of mappage going, I'm, I don't even know which way's north. It's not my strong suit. Just point me in the direction of something to swing at, and that's probably how I'll be more useful.
Okay. Well, the fixer just said that if we follow the lake, it forks into two different ones. We take the one on our right, which is towards north, and that leads us to a town of some kind, or that will lead us to a town. I say all of us hit up this town and see if we can find a map so that we would know, and then we can go our separate ways.
As you say this, Galen, you hear, not too far from all of you, you hear the fixer. I said, don't go right.
Left, he said.
Hence why you should quit drinking.
Well, you're still alive, are you? Aren't you?
I'm alive in spite of you.
Galen, may I inquire where north you have to go?
Oh, I have to go to the capital of the empire. I got some business there.
The Dwendalian Empire?
Yes.
Okay, I guess I'm sticking with you because I have to go back north to the Savalier Wood and maybe a little further.
I wonder how close any of these places are to each other. It doesn't sound like we're on a very convenient trip together. That much is for certain.
I don't think we're together for convenience.
Nope.
I'll go towards Savalier Wood. I was there once before with Jarina.
I'll travel with you. I'm gonna go make sure Jarina is well protected.
Rowan, you were never with me in the Savalier Wood.
I didn't
Wasn't
say
that
that.
me?
I said I'm familiar with the Savalier Wood. I've been there before.
Gotcha. Like Jarina, that's what you said. Got it.
DM was confused as well.
Hope, what were you saying? I apologize. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No problem. I said that I would stay with you. However, I don't think it's a good idea for me to go into the capital. So I will stay outside.
Somebody has an open mic. Okay.
I don't think it's an open mic. I think it's the fact that I have Twitch up. Hold on.
That would probably do it.
Mute the
Mhm,
Twitch.
No, she's not wearing headphones.
I'll get them soon. Leave me alone.
I said nothing but sighed heavily.
So okay, so Hope and Rowan and Galen, where you said you need to go to the capital, right?
Yep.
DM.
Is that northwest?
Yes, Jarina.
Have I ever been to the capital before?
You have not.
Okay.
Same question.
You have. Once. Very quickly. And
Okay.
you know what I mean by that.
DM. Sorry.
Yes.
I know I asked this before, but that's before my feet cut out. Do I have a map?
If it's not in your inventory, you don't have it. So if you have a map in your inventory, then yes, you do. That is the rule going forward. If it's not in your inventory, don't have it. So that's why it's very important. All keep track of your inventory.
So the real question here is, who actually is oriented? Is anybody familiar with where we are? Do we have any? Because I still feel like we're at this point trying to catch a headwind to our nearest destination.
So, as you say this, you all turn around and you can see the fixer stomping back towards you. And he goes, "Fucking amateurs, I swear. Gather around, children." And as
story time.
as he basically goes into the middle of you, he grabs like a nearby stick and he starts drawing on the ground. And essentially he draws, you can see what looks like the first thing he draws, it looks like almost like a straight narrow path. And then he starts kind of like shading it in a little bit, and he goes, "All right, this is the water. See the water over there?" And he points to the basically to the western side of the shore. "That's the water. Okay, this is the water. You want to stay. You do not want to go to the opposite side of the water. So I'm not gonna draw anything because I don't even know what the fuck's over there, and I don't plan for you guys to go there. But on this side," and he starts drawing some more. He says, "You are in what's called the Gehem Basin. Okay, you just came about 2.5 to 3 days out from Xarzith Kitril, which is the southernmost point of Jorhas. Okay, so you're traveling through the Gehem Basin. The Gehem Basin, if you want to get technical, on the side that you're in right now, you are technically still in Jorhas. If you keep going," and then he looks right at you, Galen, "and go to the left of the fork that you will eventually cross, when going north, you will hit basically a river that feeds the Ustalak. The Ustalak is right off of the Empire city of Trostenwald. Actually, it's not a city, it's more of a town. But if you go to the right, which I said don't do, nephew, all right? If you go to the right, you'll go further up into the Empire, but it is a longer trip, and that part of the river actually feeds the opposite way. It feeds into this body of water, the basin. So, what it said last time, and obviously you don't listen, so I'm going to say it really slow for those who need it, okay? The reason why I think that these guys are going this way, as dangerous as it is because it completely bypasses the Wayun gates. The Wayun gates are the only way in and out of the Empire that is controlled by the Empire's military. All right. So if you go north of here, and then go left, and take that body of that feed right into the Ustalak, you completely bypass the Empire's military. And it's probably a good way to smuggle things into the Empire. But it's also a dangerous way. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. You, what do you want? The one with the little dragon. What do you want?
So I've been through those gates before, and security's very tight in there. How do you propose we get through?
Okay. If you go the way that I am saying to go, you will completely bypass those gates. Trostenwald is north of those gates.
Oh, I've been there before. Okay, I know exactly where we're going now.
Finally, okay. All right. So, any other questions? Are you oh, yeah, you. What?
You wouldn't happen to have a map on you, would you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I just know my way around because I've been around long enough to figure it out. So,
All right.
any other questions? I gotta go interrogate this guy, and I gotta make sure that he's up to the task of carrying those 2 eggs, because I ain't doing that. So, but before I get to do that, because that's gonna probably be pretty intensive, any other questions? All right. If you make it safely to Trostenwald, it's a pretty big town. I'm sure you could probably find somebody there who can either point you in the direction of a map maker, or maybe there is a map maker there. At the very least, people there could point you in the direction that you probably need to go.
I've stayed there before.
All right, good. So you show them around or whatever, and good. Anything else? Going once, going twice. All right, bye. He turns around and starts making his way back towards the captive.
Bye.
Jarina, I'm going to follow you. The quickest way for me to bypass the gates from the Empire, the better.
So I haven't been this exact way, but the end point is where I'm familiar with, because I've passed through there before. But I was writing this down as he was saying it. I kind of wrote down some directions.
Who
So we
here's
don't
the
forget.
ranger?
All right, so I'll follow you, Jarina. You know your
we
way
can
around.
But we can track the captain by his scent, or by just plain old tracking him.
But first, we need to bypass the security of the Empire.
No, the way that we're going completely bypasses all of that, he said.
Yeah. He's going where he's taking a smuggling route. That's why we're following him.
Yeah.
And then you hear, once again, in the far, you're not following me. I am taking the eggs back to Xarzith Kitril with this jackass.
You.
We're not following you, sir. We're following the captain who took off.
Oh, okay, yeah, good. Kick his ass too.
Just follow me, and I have some sort of a bearing once we get closer over there. I've been through the gates before. I kind of know about where this area is going to be coming out. So we just let's follow the body of water. Just follow it and go left, not right. Left.
Got it, right.
All right.
North left, I heard.
Sure.
Guys, just follow me.
Hey, I'm following you.
Ignore the Jarina.
I'm just gonna walk away and just start, kind of getting an idea of my bearings.
Okay.
And track a little bit, see if I find any like tracking from the captain and tracks. I mean, yeah.
Okay, as you are,
I can't comment right now.
as you're getting ready to leave, as you know, to move towards where you're going, I need all of you to make a perception check for me, please. Jarena, what'd you get?
7. Sorry, 9. It's not that much better, but still.
Okay. Rowan?
16.
Hope?
10.
Paul?
8.
I thought I rolled a 10. I did not. I rolled a 19. So it's 25.
Oh. Okay. That's very different. Yeah. Leah?
Well,
Evie?
21.
Galen?
Nat 20, but altogether is 25.
Okay, so Galen, Phoebe, and Rowan, as your group is starting to follow Jarena and move out, the three of you hear the fixer almost imperceptibly under his breath go, fuck. You guys want to do anything with that, or you want to just keep moving?
I look behind me,
Mhm.
like just casually, like if I were like I heard something,
Okay.
but I just casually look behind me. Do I see anything?
Yeah, as you look behind you in the direction of where the fixer is, you can see him kind of like kind of it's kind of I can't comment today. He's kind of like he's kind of like kneeling down in front of the tied captive, and you can see that he has grabbed a piece of the captive's shirt and has pulled it open and is looking at something on his chest, and he looks really pissed. But that's what you see.
I casually walk back real quick. Is there a problem?
He kind of looks up at you.
I'll be leaving soon. I'm just curious.
He kind of stands up, and he just kind of shakes his head for a minute, and he goes, "I think you're gonna have a problem."
What's wrong?
He kind of kneels down, pulls open the shirt again, and initially you could only see on this individual tattoos kind of stopping like in the middle of his neck, and as he pulls the shirt open, you can see that the tattoos continue all down the front of his chest in these intricate kind of swirling patterns with these hash marks on them. And he just and he looks at it, he goes, "I'm gonna take it from the blank expression on your face that you don't know what the fuck that is."
I've been stuck in Rodhold my entire life. I have never seen these tattoos before.
I have. Everybody come here. He kind of waves everybody over. All right. This jackass, probably all the other jackasses that you've been fighting so far and chasing, seem to be with the fucking Myriad.
Who are they?
Well, up until recently, we thought they didn't exist anymore. About 20 years ago or so, the Empire kind of let's the nice way to call it would be a purge. There was a purge of the Myriad. They were essentially a syndicate of smugglers, thieves, slavers, whatever makes them money. They did. They were very firmly entrenched in the Empire. About 20 years ago, that stopped happening. And then he kind of looks down at him, or so we thought. So, this idiot is with them. And the other idiots he fought, looks like they're probably with them also. This could be a lot bigger than we thought. Just be on the lookout for anything that looks like these tattoos.
Should we catch the captain?
Oh, if you find them, you should totally kill him. But I'll leave that up to your discretion. If he is also with the Myriad, which most likely he is, I have no doubt. Leaving them alive and them knowing who you are is dangerous. So
Then we should go after that captain.
I would agree, and I would kill the shit out of him.
They all had these tattoos.
Yeah. Don't worry, they're not gonna find them when I'm done. And then you hear the captain go, No, not you. I'm talking about the other guys. It's fine. Yeah, getting them. Don't worry about it. Nobody's gonna find them. Yeah, present company excluded. Yeah, you should go kill the shit out of his captain. Make sure he doesn't report back to what I'm gonna assume he has superiors, because if he gives a description of all of yous, and you're stopping Myriad activity, which this is probably what that is, you're gonna have a problem.
All right.
So
we do have to follow the captain.
yeah, have a nice trip. I can almost guarantee you that he's going where you're going. So now it's just a matter of you catching up. So good luck, and be careful.
Alrighty then.
So guys,
You too, sir.
depending on how far north he's going, there is a place northeast of the Savalier Wood called Shady Creek Run, and I know it to be filled with a lot of questionable types of people.
You see Hope kind of start and look at you, but stay quiet.
All right. So we got to prevent him from going there or meeting somebody in the middle.
Full disclosure, I've been around that area because I saved this little thing from the woods. And I give her a treat. Some jerky.
Make an animal handling check.
Should we get going now?
Sounds good
Yes.
to me.
Red Leader, I hate you. I rolled a nat 1.
You try to give her jerky, and she bites her finger. She obviously doesn't want it.
It seems that she's very grateful.
When she wants to be. All right.
All right.
I'm gonna start leading the group in along the side of the water, the bank of the water.
Alrighty. So, here's what I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need a couple of things from you guys. It's gonna be fun. First thing I need is a marching order.
I'm behind Jarina.
I'm gonna stay with Lita.
Okay. None of that helps me because I don't even know where those people are. So, Jarina, where are you?
As soon as they go.
You're gonna be taking the lead, Jarina? All right. Now, who's behind Jarina?
Well,
Me.
Oh,
damn it.
wait, no. Squall. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do roll off. Squall and Phoebe. I need you to both roll dexterity checks for me.
Wait. Okay.
Just roll.
8.
Okay. What'd you get, Phoebe?
24.
Yeah, Phoebe is definitely after Jarina. As she kind of like she doesn't even nudge you, but she just kind of like squeezes in front of you and just kind of like without even touching you. Like okay, fine. So Jarina, Phoebe, Squall.
I'll go. I'll go
Galen.
behind Squall.
Okay. Leah. And then Hope, you said you're going to be behind Leah?
Yes.
So, Rowan, I guess that means that you're taking up the rear? Okay. Alrighty. Now, so that's the first thing I need. Second thing I need to know is what pace you're moving at. Are you moving at a fast pace, normal pace, or slow pace? Because that's
I
going
say
to...
we should make up some time and go fast.
Yeah, I was gonna make that suggestion. Let's go quick. See if we can catch up to him.
Okay, and if I start staggering on tracking either Rowan or I guess
I'll pick up the pace for you, Jarina, if you start straggling along.
okay. Fast pace.
So, fast pace. Okay, so
Do it.
Excelsior!
So at a fast pace, can't be as stealthy. Just letting you guys know. I know most of you already do. And your perception checks will be at disadvantage, or your survival checks will be at disadvantage because you are moving at a fast pace. This is going to be you trying to figure things out quickly and you constantly moving. Okay, so just letting you know. And we're looking at, according to the fixer, you're looking at about 2.5 to 3 days travel, depending again on your pace. So instead of having you roll for every hour, what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll for each day, and depending on that roll, something may or may not happen. Okay, so Jarina, as you are in the lead and you're leading them, I would like you to make a survival check at disadvantage. Now, somebody could help you and give you advantage, which would make it a straight roll. That's completely up to you.
Phoebe, can you help me?
Yes.
Okay, so that's going to be just a straight roll with her help.
That is a 6.
Ooh. Okay. So, I got to make rolls now. So here's what's going to happen. So, during your first day of travel, you are making your way through some very, very heavy brush. So heavy at certain points you're just like you actually have to stop, have to hack into it. And even though you're trying to move at a fast pace, a lot of this brush is just slowing you down. So, if you were not as impeded by this brush, and moving at a faster pace, probably would have made more distance. But as it is, you actually, in the 8 to 9 hours of travel over the course of the day that you all took, you actually don't get as far as you think. In fact, you might be actually be at a disadvantage, especially if you're trying to catch up to this person. At one point, before the evening's end, a number of you step into what feels like almost like a murky bog. I need all of you to make dexterity saving throws for me. So,
Okay, that should be good.
Jarina, what'd you get?
13. I had to switch to real dice.
Okay, Rowan. Remember, this is dexterity saving throw, not check.
19.
Hope.
15.
Squall.
14.
Leah.
Wow.
Phoebe.
24.
Galen.
26.
Okay, you actually all made the DC. As you are all kind of like walking through this thick bog, many of you feel like your feet are actually going to start getting sucked in, and you're basically like just trying to like pull your feet out, and at some points it feels like your boots are gonna, or your shoes are gonna be pulled off, but you all eventually make your way through this bog, pulling on some branches and leaves of some of the trees to kind of help you move along, but it does slow your pace down. And at the end of the day, normally, and this is just a reminder, so at a normal pace, unimpeded, in an 8-hour day, you would believe I'll double check, but I believe you could travel 24 miles. You were moving at a fast pace. However, you were impeded by all this crap because of fortunate 6 that Jarina rolled. And therefore, you actually only traveled 18 miles. 24. You actually, it's almost as if you were traveling at a slow pace. So, but the first day of travel has ended. You are able to find a small place to make and break camp for the evening. Would you like
Who's
to?
the ranger of the group?
Not I.
Seriously, none of us is a ranger?
That's a very meta question, man.
No, well,
Who here has
yeah.
strategic advantage from a distance?
Okay, I guess you guys don't all see anyone with a bow.
Well, we see people with bows, but that doesn't mean you're a ranger. That just means you're you're just somebody who's good at a bow.
Anybody here use a bow or any type of long-range weaponry?
I use a bow.
Yep.
Ah,
So do I.
okay. I found the ranger.
All right, cool.
Well,
All right.
I
Exactly.
suppose.
Who here is good at traversing a forest?
Not me.
Not me.
Survival, essentially. So,
It
Should
depends
I
on
roll
what
for
form I'm
survival?
in.
Put your hand down, Jarina. You failed us.
I survived in the
Shit.
woods.
should I roll for survival?
Well, no, you're all bedding down for the evening. Like this
No,
is,
like
you're at
for
this.
we're talking like for tomorrow. Who's
Oh.
gonna be? Yeah,
I-
like we are bedding
I-
down, but we're talking about who's gonna be in charge this time because we did not go
Well-
a good route.
Well, me and Jarina did discuss that if she starts, what's the word? Straggling along, then I would take the lead. So,
Once we get closer to the other area, I got it from there. I've just never been around here before. You guys make me nervous.
it's all right. If you need help, don't be afraid to ask us. Or me in particularly. I don't know about Galen.
And I'm always here.
Listen, I just don't want to get hunted down by a bunch of slavers and whatnot.
Sure thing, Mr. Let's Go Right.
Sure thing, Mrs. Shoots first.
All right, let's
No,
not.
no, let's not bite each other's heads off.
Let's not be petty.
Speaking of biting heads off, I could transform into something to lead us through as well.
That might be helpful.
Yeah, that actually.
Something a little bit more comfortable to ride this time, I hope.
I'm not. I can turn into a horse, but I choose not to turn into a horse in the jungle.
Okay, that makes sense.
Can you turn into a monkey?
Can you turn into a dragon?
No.
Can you turn into a bed rollout so we can get some sleep?
You should already have a bed rollout. What's that on your back?
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I'm just used to things in a more comfortable fashion.
Have you been drinking Galen's drink? Don't do it.
I have a little bit, but I'm fine.
Good lord.
He's not as drunk as me. I can tell.
I'm staying with you three ladies.
Galen's an enabler.
4 ladies.
Well, I'm gonna get some rest.
I'm gonna stand first watch.
Me too. Me too. I want to find out what my hat does.
Okay.
Phoebe, would you like to take second watch with me?
Of course.
Leah, third.
Sounds like a plan.
Alrighty then.
All right. So, sounds like Squall is getting a night of uninterrupted sleep. So, all right. So first watch is Hope and Rowan. Did I get that correct? Okay. Essentially, it is actually Hope that is going to be doing the watch alone because Rowan is trying to figure out what her hat does, and that actually takes some time. That takes actual focus, and that's focus that she will not be putting towards actually seeing what the hell's going on. So, Hope, I need you to make a perception check for me.
Eight.
8. Okay.
You all hear the joy and glee in his voice, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're all gonna die.
So Hope, while you and Rowan are technically on watch, Rowan is sitting next to you, and she's Rowan. Describe how you're trying to figure out what the hat does.
I'm talking to it. I'm asking it
We're like,
what special
okay.
attributes it has and telling it how lovely it is and what a lovely hat it is. And I'm telling it its fabric is very soft. And I'm going to meditate a little bit and talk to it a little bit more. And that's how my night's going to go.
My precious.
Okay. All right. So. All right. So, Hope, you are desperately like trying to watch everything that's going on around you, while Rowan is sitting there holding this hat, talking to it. Like, you're a pretty hat. You made a nice material. You're the best hat. You're so great. What do you do? Come on, you can tell me. And this goes on for a while. Normally it takes like an hour or so for something like this. She's doing this for like a good 3 solid hours. Like the first hour or so, you actually, Rowan, you do feel like the hat actually just starts to almost move on its own accord. But you're not sure if it's just you kind of jostling it, or if it's the hat itself. And Hope, there's no way in hell you're just too distracted watching this sight. It's about towards the end of hour 3 that all of a sudden you get this thought in your head. It just like this random thought in your head, Rowan, and you're not sure what it means. And then you think about it and you go, "Oh, wait a minute. I know that word." And the word, it's actually Elvish, and the word that pops into your head is Ranar. And it's weird because roughly translated to common, it's like saying abracadabra. And as you say Ranar, all of a sudden this frog just jumps out of the hat and just lands on your hand and just looks at you and then jumps in your face. And yeah, that's the exact thing you do. And then it just jumps on your head and then it just starts hopping away.
I just kind of sidled away from Rowan for the moment.
Yeah, Hope, you see this. Like, you absolutely see just this frog just jump right out. And it's not like a tiny little frog. It's like a grown adult normal frog, but it's got like weird like spotted coloring of green, almost like a little bluish, mostly green, black spots. Looks normal, but it's just now you can, Rowan, you're watching it. It's just hopping away. What was that?
Nice meeting you.
It just hops out of you.
Yeah, Hope is just wondering if Rowan has all her marbles.
Okay. So Rowan, you look down in the hat, and the hat is empty. What do you do anything?
I say Renar again, and I reach into the hat.
Okay, you say Renar again. You reach into the hat. Make a dexterity check for me.
$17.
17. Okay. As you say Renar, you reach into the hat. You grab something, and it's squirming in your hand. What do you do?
I pull it out.
Pull it out, and you're holding a nice, plump, juicy rat. And it's squirming and squealing and making a lot of noise. And
aren't you so cute?
It's trying to bite you.
I hold it away from me and let it drop on the ground.
Yeah, shut that thing up.
Okay, you drop it on the ground, it bolts. Okay.
Nice meeting you too.
It's gone.
Can you not do that anymore?
Okay.
Fine.
Are you doing anything else, or is that it?
I thank the hat and put it on my head, and I sit watch the rest of the time with Hope.
Okay. Both of you see nothing that whole time during watch. Rowan, you're just kind of like you're really trying to figure out. It's like, wow, that was odd. That was strange. I was so nice to the hat. Why did it do that? That's weird. And Hope, you're just looking at Rowan, trying to figure her out. But thankfully, nothing happens on your watch. Jarina and Phoebe, I believe you're next.
As I go to relieve Rowan and Hope, I ask them how their watch was.
I pulled Jarina to the side a little bit. I'm like, You know, I
It was
don't
great.
know. I don't know if if she's all there. However, she spent the whole watch talking to her hat and then producing small animals and vermin out of it.
Do I overhear this?
Yeah, it's you. Well, actually, no. Hope pulled Jarena to the side.
Got it. Weird stuff. Okay. All right. Well, you get some rest now. We'll take over.
Thanks.
I relay that to Phoebe once we're out of earshot.
And I respond with, I'm not at all surprised we're the same species. Our kind does not exactly venture outside, so she's just unbelievably naive and innocent.
Oh, so she's like a child.
Thank you.
You're asleep.
More or less. There's not that many of our kind that travel like I do. So she lacks otherworldly experience.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Is Maya sleeping?
Yes.
I'm just gonna keep her held in my arms while I do my watch.
Okay. She squirms a little, like a little upset that you're handling her while she's sleeping, but the minute you stop moving, settle down.
Okay.
All right. So either both of you can roll perception checks for me, or one of you can roll with advantage.
Phoebe can roll with my help.
Okay. All right, Phoebe, what'd you get?
you said perception?
Mm-hmm.
24.
All right. Over the course of the evening, you still can hear the sounds of the jungle, the insects, the chirping and the buzzing of these insects, especially during the evening. The occasional bird. You don't hear much of the what seems to be maybe larger animals, but the wildlife is still going on. It's still around you, and thankfully, during your watch, nothing happens. So next would be Galen and Leah.
So during our watch, at some point, I want to try to open the little box. I want to make sure everybody's good and asleep, and open the box that we still have from the ship.
I'm intensely watching her try to pick this lock.
Okay. So let's see. We'll do that first. Let's do your perception check first, and then we'll do that. So, both of you can roll individually, or one of you can roll with advantage, with the other one helping. What would you like to do?
I say independent. You?
Okay.
Leah, what'd you get?
18.
18. Galen, what'd you get?
1 sec. 20 non-nat.
Okay. All right. So Leah, you're gonna try and open that broken locked box.
Yes.
That you guys got from the ship. Okay. I will also actually roll me an intelligence check very quickly. What you get?
I'm looking it up. 16.
16. You do also have that bag that you acquired down in the pit that you have not looked inside of yet. Just the thought just kind of pops into your head as you're sitting there getting ready to open up this other box.
I'll look in it after we open the box.
Okay. So, as a reminder, you tried opening this box. Galen tried opening this box and broke his lockpicks in him. So, you can definitely do this. But the DC is going to be very high. But if you can think of other ways to possibly open it, you can try that as well.
Are there hinges on the box?
There are hinges in the box.
How about trying to dislodge the hinges?
Okay. What are you using, if anything?
What are they? Do they look like they have a pin inside to take them?
It's a very, very well made box. It looks like it's possibly welded on. Like there's like the hinges. It's very intricate. If there are pins, they're not accessible to wear on the outside. They might be on the inside of the hinge.
So we'll try it from the front to try to slip into the lock open.
So you're gonna try and break the lock, or you're gonna try and open it with your lock picks.
You know what? I'll try it again with the lock.
Okay, we'll give that a shot. So, so roll lock picking. So that's going to be D20 plus your proficiency modifier and plus your dexterity modifier.
What was the first one?
D20.
Okay.
D20, proficiency modifier, dexterity modifier. 18. Okay. Yeah. So you start getting your lockpicks out, and you can see the mess. Like it's just like a broken mess in there, and you actually start using your lockpicks, and you're using them not to open the lock first, but to pull out the pieces that are just jammed in there and broken in there. And very, very deftly, you're actually able to pull out 1, 2, 3 broken slivers of metal that were just jammed in there all together. And then after you pull them out, now you can actually see the problem. What was bent because of the broken metal, all of that stuff. And so you start working around it and kind of almost using a little bit of leverage to bend pieces of the lock back into the place it's supposed to be. And after about a good solid 10 minutes of you just working this lock, and Galen, you're just watching her, she's just like very intently doing this, you hear click, and the lock pops open.
I give her a gentle applause. All right, what's inside this bad boy?
All right, so what do you want to do?
We are looking into this brand new box.
Well, Leah has the box. So what do you want to do, Leah?
I'm gonna make sure it's not trapped and then open.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me.
$14.
14. This box is absolutely trapped. As you are slow, as the lock pops open, and you're slowly starting to pull the lid open, you can actually see just to the left of the lock there's this little metal hook, and as you said, you can see that you're slowly starting to put pressure on it. What do you want to do?
Disarm the trap.
Okay. This will also be the same as your lockpicking check. This is going to be D20, dexterity modifier, proficiency modifier.
21.
21. Very easily, you take your lockpicks, you lower the lid just enough to give you still some space, and you just get it in there and you just pop it to the side and unhook what was a trap. And as you open, you can see that the hook, which is no longer a problem, but the hook was hooked into what looks like this little, very delicate glass vial with some kind of purple liquid in it. Very, very tiny.
What else is in the, well, we're going to very carefully go through them.
Okay. As you open up the box, you can see that there is a leather, what looks like a leather scroll case inside. Very, very well made, very beautifully well made. Leather, it's dyed, it's tooled with some symbols on it. Very, very intricate designs on the side. But it's a singular scroll case.
Can we open it up and see what the scrolls are?
Sure. So you open up the scroll case, and there are 2 scrolls inside the scroll case. One second. The first scroll is actually, I will say, in order for you to figure out what these scrolls are, Leah, roll me an Arcana check.
Thirteen.
13. You know what one of the scrolls is, but the second one, you're not entirely too sure what the second one. But the one that you do understand what it is a scroll of Thunderwave. So, but you're not entirely sure what the second one.
Can I take a look at the box and the poison? Or poison vial that's...
Well,
That was like part of-
ask Leah. She's the one that's holding everything.
Leah, mind if I take a look? We did say we would split whatever is in here.
Oh, absolutely. Be careful. The box is trapped. A vial of some type of poison. Or maybe an explosive. We don't know. We don't want to
Okay.
wake everybody up.
Yeah. Agreed. So I look into the box. I'm assuming one scroll is missing.
Well, no, it was just inside the box was the scroll case, the leather scroll case, and inside the scroll case were the 2 scrolls.
I take a look at the one that Leah didn't understand.
Okay. You're gonna try and figure it out, right?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Wouldn't hurt to try.
Sure. Roll me an Arcana check.
Eight one's gonna be a 13. A big dumb.
Yeah, it's a little beyond you. It's like weird magic-y stuff. You're not entirely sure.
Worth a shot anyway. I want to check out this weird vial though.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me.
I believe. Hold on. Yeah, 18.
18. Okay. First thing you notice is the vial, the glass vial itself seems weirdly like somehow glued or attached to the inside wall of the box. Second, the vial itself, the glass, seems super delicate. Like like it was like Leah was pretty deftly able to get this hook off of the glass before it punctured the glass and set off the trap. But if you're not careful and you're kind of rough with it, that glass could break for any little reason. Third thing, you're not entirely sure what that liquid is inside. It's very tiny. It's so small. Um, it's just like this deep purplish kind of liquid that's inside, but you're not entirely sure what it could be.
Could I open this little vial and put it into like a stronger glass, or is there no like cap on this thing?
No, there's no cap. It's just the glass vial, completely sealed, attached to this inside with this purplish, this very tiny. Uh, there's no cork. There's no opening that you can see. What would you like to do?
Leah, do you think there's any way to get this glass vial out? I'm kind of curious as to what this liquid is. I know my poisons. I've never seen anything like this.
If you don't know what it is, let's not mess with it. Nothing good can come of this.
Yeah, but I'm curious though. You know what? I'll keep the box and find somebody or that could probably know what this is.
You want me to hang on to the scroll till we get to the city?
Yeah. Magic's not my thing, but okay.
Can I look through my bag now? So I pull out my bag and then we start rummaging through it.
Sure. All right. So, as you look through, there's like these ratty clothing. There's this ratty set of clothing that you get the impression who owned this bag, this was their extra set of clothing. But it looks like it was probably down in that pit for a while, and it's seen better days. There's lots of holes in it. Looks like either some kind of bugs or creatures have probably eaten away at it. You're not entirely sure. But inside the actual clothing, there is a small wooden box. You pull the box out, and it looks like it's made out of this like beautifully, possibly oak wood, like cherry oak wood. It's not very big. It's, maybe three or 4 inches wide, 3 or 4 inches tall, and it looks like a solid piece of wood. And there are small carvings on either on 3 sides of the box. The 4th side is blank. On the first side, you see. Hold on, let me get the description for you. Okay, so on one side of the box, on the longer side, you see what looks like, it's a picture, it's a carved, very intricate carved picture of what looks like it looks like a boat, but it's like one of those boats that like a couple people can go in, and there's oars kind of sitting off the side. It looks like the boat is kind of like sitting in water. The other side is a much larger boat, a beautiful looking like ship, not actual boat, like a ship. And then on the third much smaller side of the box is actually a carving of the box itself. It's really weird. Like even the carving of the box, it's carved at such an angle that you can see that that box has some carvings of boats on it on the side also. Very weird. But the box looks new. Like it looks like it was probably like made yesterday. It even has that very like cherry oak wood smell to it.
Can I check it for traps and locks?
Sure. Make an investigation check for me.
18.
18. It is not trapped and it is not locked. But you can very obviously see that this box has a lid on it. There are no visible hinges on it, and it looks like it can be opened.
Can I carefully open it?
Sure. Very slowly start opening the box, and as you open up the box, nothing happens, and there's absolutely nothing in the box. It's just there's a very it's beautifully lined. Like you're not sure what kind of material it is, but on the inside it's like this red, like dark red mahogany material that lines the inside of this box. But it's completely empty. There's nothing in it.
I'm gonna close the box and save it for another day to study it and see what it might do.
Sure. You put the box away. You have your scrolls, and with the rolls that you rolled for your perception checks, as this is going on, Galen and Leah, you're kind of like looking at what you got and opening these boxes. You do start to hear maybe about 90, 100 feet away from you. You're not entirely sure. You start to hear what sounds like rustling or crunching of, not sure if it's sticks or leaves or whatever. About maybe 100 or so feet to your right, near where the coast of the water is.
My character has 120 foot of dark vision.
That's right, yeah. So
what do I see?
Leah, that's what you hear. Galen, you actually see. It's almost on the cusp of your dark vision. This massive, hulking figure. It looks bipedal, and it's lumbering not towards where you guys are at, but it looks like it's making its way towards the water. And as it's doing so, it is literally crunching small trees in its path. It's not pushing them out of the way. It's simply walking, and just the trees are breaking under its force as it walks. And it doesn't seem like it's even trying. What'd you guys like to do?
You see, okay, Leah, if you're, I'm sure you're thinking, what the fuck is that sound? You turn to Galen, and you see him extremely pale.
Should we wake everybody up? You look upset.
Let's keep quiet. I'll let you know when it's out of sight. And then I think we should start waking people up before the crack of dawn. I don't know what the hell that was, but it was big. Very big.
Yeah, Galen, you get the impression just from that quick glance, and after you say this to Leah, it is now completely out of your dark vision sight, but you can still hear the crunching as it's moving away from you. You probably would estimate that the total height, maybe in the quick glance that you got, maybe 8 or 9 feet tall.
Yeah. Let's give everybody at least 10 more minutes of rest, and then we should silently wake them up and start heading out.
Okay.
Okay. So what are you guys going to do in this moment right now?
I am going to keep watch for this thing because I have farther reach or farther sight in dark vision, and I'm going to keep a close eye on this thing, or just keep listening until I think it would be a good time to start leaving.
Okay. It's not exactly dawn yet
I know.
at this point. So I will say that over the course of the next 30 minutes or so, the crunching sound stops. And then it picks up again in about 45 minutes from that point. But it seems to still keep going further away from all of you.
I would like to have my little crossbow ready on my lap.
Yep. You take out your crossbow, just kind of like waiting. However, the end of your watch comes along. Dawn starts to appear over the horizon. And your watch comes to an end. Nothing happens. Everybody starts to wake up. You all start to break camp, get your food ready to eat, and move on for the next day of travel. Is there anything you guys like to do before you start heading out? Okay.
Maybe eat something and then head out. Because if we're going to be going at a fast pace, I don't know, jerky on the road, I guess.
Well, that's a given. When I say you guys are getting ready, you wake up, you break camp. That's all a given. That you guys, you're eating your breakfast, you're putting your stuff away, you're breaking camp and getting ready to move. So that you don't have to, unless you guys absolutely want to role play making breakfast and having breakfast. You guys don't have to do that every single time.
Okay.
So, but it's entirely up to you. Whatever you guys want
No,
to do.
that's fine. We gotta go quick anyway.
Okay. All right. So you break camp. What is your order? Your order today? Your marching order today.
I say Phoebe goes first and then me behind her.
Okay. And then Jarina. Okay. Who's after Jarina?
Third again, I guess. That works for me.
Okay. And next.
I'll follow Squall, but I'd like to keep an eye out for things like from my own perspective.
Okay.
Just keep an eye on what's going on, where we are. Get a very good feel of my surroundings.
Gotcha. All right. So that's Phoebe, Jarina, Squall, Leah. Who's out? Who's next?
I'll go next. I'll aid Leah because I mean I was the one that saw this big creature on the other side.
Okay.
I don't want to be surprised as well.
We should tell them though. We should definitely
yes.
tell them.
Let's tell them.
All right. So you guys tell them.
Yep.
Okay.
We're not gonna. Do you want us to role play it or?
No, I'm saying you guys tell them. You guys can role play it if you want. Not gonna stop you.
Yeah, we just casually tell them. No big deal.
Okay. So who's gonna be after Galen? That Rowan? Okay.
I'm gonna stay with Leah and Jarina if they're close together.
Well, no, it's Phoebe, Jarina, Squall, Leah, Galen, and Rowan. Where are you, Edna's Hope? Are you gonna take up the rear, or what are you gonna do?
I'll take up the rear.
Okay.
Same thing that Leia's doing, being aware of her surroundings. I would like to do the same.
Okay. All right.
I want to see how much I can remember, just in case I have to go back this way.
I don't trust Galen. I'm gonna keep my eye on him.
Okay. All right. So
I'm basically doing what Karina is doing and looking at the area, looking at the foliage, things like that for markers.
okay. Cool. Anything else anybody's doing? All right. So Phoebe, I'm gonna need you to make a survival check. I'm gonna need Jarina and Hope to make intelligence checks because they are trying to kind of memorize what's their surroundings, the way they're going, that kind of thing. Leah and Galen, I need you to make perception checks for me. And then Rowan, I need you to make a perception check towards Galen. I will call it out in a moment. And Squalled, is there any kind of check that you want to do? Because everybody's rolling checks. Is there any kind of check you want to roll, or?
Nope.
Okay, not fair.
Just gonna watch.
Just thought I'd ask. All right. So Phoebe, survival check. What did you get?
23.
All right. Verena, intelligence check. What did you get?
13.
Hope, intelligence check. What did you get?
19.
19. Leah, what did you get for your perception check?
9.
Galen, what did you get for your perception check?
I don't know why I don't get I don't know why I don't get these in the middle of combat. I got another nat 20. It's 25 altogether.
Okay.
You said perception, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's 25.
Okay. And Rowan, your perception check at Galen.
17.
17. All right. So, Rowan, you're just hawking the shit out of Galen. You're not trying to hide it. Galen, it's very clear. Rowan's just staring at you, just hard, and hard staring, like gangster, like. Right? Just watching.
I fart.
And you just watching it. As soon as he farts, he just got. But she's still watching you. She's like.
Yeah, like I rip a good one,
Yeah.
just to stink her out.
You know what? Make me a Constitution check.
Ah, shit.
Yes,
Wait, who? Me or
yeah,
her?
you Galen.
Oh, okay.
Because you're trying to fart on command. So.
Don't gamble and lose.
He's gonna wind up shitting himself.
Not again.
I'm not the only one.
What'd you get, Galen?
20 on that.
Constitution check, not saving throw.
Oh yeah, yeah. Constitution's +3, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's one of those like, and there's a smell to it, Rowan. It's unmistakable. It's nasty. But you're still watching him intently. Got eyes. You're locking eyes. You got him. Hope and Jarina, you guys are starting to see certain markers. You're starting to see like certain boulders and weirdly shaped trees that you're putting into your memory that you think will definitely be able to get you if you need to come back this way for any reason. You'll be able to definitely find your ways using these kind of markers in your mind. So not a problem. Galen and Leah, while Leah, you actually very distracted by the fart that Galen just threw. Like it is anything but silent, and it is totally deadly. It is disgusting. It is probably going to attract creatures. You're so pissed off that you are not paying attention to what you're trying to pay attention to. And Galen, this is just like, this is old hat for you. You've farted amongst people before and still be able to get your shit done. You know what you're doing. While all of this is going on, Phoebe, you are able to block out the nonsense around you. You are laser focused on getting everybody through here. Oh, before I continue, are you still moving at a fast pace? Or are you moving at a regular pace or slow pace? This is going to be very important.
Do you all want to be going at a fast pace or regular? Regular pace.
Okay. So your 23 still stands. Yeah, so you're laser focused. You're absolutely looking and trying to find the best path for everyone. And at the same time continue tracking this captain that you guys are pursuing. At the same time, keeping north. And fairly quickly, like within 10 to 15 minutes of you kind of squatting down, checking the ground, checking the grass, you can start to see broken branches. You can start to see impressions in the earth, which look like humanoid footprints. And very quickly, you not only catch the trail of who you're pursuing, he is absolutely moving north. And you, leading the rest of the group, are able to lead them very, very quickly, quicker than yesterday, through all of the brush, through all of the, just kind of following the captain and seeing where he's going. And he seems to actually be making his way through not exactly a well-traveled path, but a path of least resistance through the jungle. And in contrast to your travel the previous evening, the previous day, instead of only making 18 hours, you actually make up some time. And in the 8.5, 9 hours of travel that you guys make, you actually make 27 miles of travel before having to make camp. So good job on your roll. All right, so now it is the second evening. You are now bedded. You're all now making camp instead of breaking camp. You are putting your things up. You're getting the camp ready to go. It's another round of watch for the evening. Who's doing what? People, let's go.
Phoebe, would you like to accompany me on the first watch?
You are Phoebe.
Oh, no, Jarina, I'm sorry.
Sure.
All right. I know you guys try to confuse me, during the game, so I won't do things to you, but confusing me makes me angry and scared, and I might lash out. So, just be aware. All right. So Jarina and Phoebe will be taking first watch. Who will be taking second watch?
I'm gonna take second watch with Leah, if that's okay.
Sure.
Open Leah. Okay. And who's gonna?
Why does no one want to take watch with me?
I'll take watch with you.
Oh,
no one's.
thank you.
Yeah, I'm not opposed.
Okay.
I just did.
All right. So Squall and Rowan for last, and Galen gets a nice uninterrupted night of rest.
He puts a blanket over like all of his exposed skin from just to make sure he doesn't get surprised from the sun.
Yep. No worries. No worries. All right. So here we go. First watch. Jarina and Phoebe. Once again, individually you can roll perception checks, or one of you can roll with advantage. What would you like to do?
I'll roll my perception this time.
Individually
I'll
or
roll
with advantage?
separately.
Separately? Okay.
Individually.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Jarina, what'd you get?
15.
15. All right. Phoebe?
23.
So, over the course of the evening, you're both kind of sitting there. Maya is still asleep. Jarina, she does not get up. Once you're starting to see a pattern with her that as you guys make camp, she immediately starts trying to find and making herself like a little earth nest, which she kind of claws out a little bit and then kind of curls into. She's starting to, again, you're starting to get the impression she's getting used to the routine of in the evening we sleep. So she don't like to be bothered, it seems, when that happens. But between the two of you, you both kind of sit at camp, and again, you can hear the wildlife. You can hear the creatures of the jungle, especially the insects. As the sun is pretty much down at this point, and the canopy is making it a little extra dark for the evening. But thankfully, over the course of your watch, nothing happened. Is there anything you guys want to do during your watch before we move to the next watch, or should we just go forward?
Unless Trina has any questions for me, then no.
No. No.
Okay. All right. So next watch is Hope and Leah.
Hey, Hope. You ready to watch?
Hi, yes. I just kind of sit next to the fire, and I pull out my scroll case and just kind of look at my notes real quick.
Okay. Right. So same thing. It's going to be either each of you roll individually a perception check, or one of you rolls with advantage.
Leah can roll with advantage.
Okay.
Okay. $17.
Are you going to do anything this evening with the stuff that you have, Leah?
I'm gonna sit there and play with the box. I would like to have my crossbow at the ready on my lap because I am now extremely paranoid about crunchy monster.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna sit there and play with the box, trace the pictures with my finger, hold it up to the light, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And I will show it to Hope and ask her thoughts.
Okay. And this is what you think you saw last night?
Right?
Now she's showing you the box.
Oh, okay. And what do I see? I'm sorry.
So it was the box that I described that she found with the pictures of the boats on the side.
Okay. Have you opened it yet?
It's empty. I feel that there's more to it though. It's such a beautiful box.
So I take the box and I just kind of run my fingers over it.
Okay. It feels very smooth. It's very, very well constructed. Beautifully. You don't feel any grain. There's no chance of getting any splinters or anything. It's beautiful. It's a dark. It's almost like a natural dark wood, a cherry wood look to it. But the carvings on it are very, very, very intricate. Very
Do I
very
recognize
detailed.
it?
I'm sorry.
Do I recognize them at all?
The pictures? No, you don't. The pictures just look like one looks like a ship, like a ship that you kind of that you came on, or any of the ships that possibly were in dock. Just very general looking, but it's beautifully carved. On the other side, it just looks like a rowboat, but a long rowboat that maybe 6 or 7 people in, with oars sitting in the water, and then
Does anything click with the pictures? I'm sorry.
what was that?
Does anything? Do I notice anything about the pictures besides that might give me an inkling of maybe what the box was for, or?
Um, Outside of that, they are very intricately carved, very beautiful looking. You'd have to spend time with the box to probably try and figure out what it is.
Okay. Do you want me to hold on to it and just kind of see if I can find anything out about it?
Nah, that's okay. I just like to play with it, figure out the mystery.
Okay, it's beautiful.
Thanks.
So for about the first hour of your watch, you guys are having this conversation, and about an hour and a half goes by. Leah, you're kind of sitting there. You've got your crossbow on your lap, and you start all of a sudden, like a couple of words pop into your head, and you're not sure where they're coming from, and you hear that voice that says, "That's such a beautiful box. I mean, it's got to be more, don't you think?"
This definitely has to be more.
Do I hear her?
Yeah, she's kind of talking under her breath, but she's right next to you.
You okay there, Leah?
I'm fine. I just thought maybe I'd whisper to the box and try to get its secrets. No answers though. I'm not crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Rowan was kind of doing the same thing with her hat.
Poor Hope, all these people talking to random objects.
Oh, I'm not rowing crazy. I'm just playing with the box. It's late. We got nothing to do. I'm not dead frog crazy.
So, Leah, as you're having this conversation, those words are getting more and more insistent in your head. I need you to roll me a d6.
It's a 6.
6. Okay. Um, the word that is popping into your head is Kair. You don't know what it means. You say it?
No. I hear it in my head,
Okay.
and I cautiously save it in my memory bank. This is something important. I'm also going to write it down in my book.
Okay. All right. So the second hour goes by, and Leah, another word is forming in your head. Tima. And after the third hour, yet another word is going through your head. And this one you understand. Very weird. It says return. But after that, after the third hour and after that last word, those words don't seem to continue through the rest of your watch. They don't make themselves insistent at all like they did in the first 3 hours. But those words are still there, kind of in your, kind of floating around in your head, just like a random thought. And at some point, you do hear, "You should say one of the words. No, you want to.
Of course I want to. Say it.
Come
I'm
on.
not gonna do it. I'm not.
Yeah, come on. What? You have to say it. You know, nothing but good things could happen.
What if it turns into a big fucking boat? What am I gonna do with a giant goddamn boat like?
I don't know, but it could be money. It could be anything. The box was empty.
Box had boats on it. Are you gonna carry the boat?
Oh, look, of course I'll leave it up to your discretion, but I'm just saying, you want to say the words.
When we get some water and we need a boat.
All right, that's fair enough. Fair enough. I'll leave it alone, but I'm gonna keep reminding you until you say it.
I know. And then I'm gonna end up saying it and dragging around the giant boat.
Wouldn't that be something?
It would be.
That would be amazing. Hope, you do hear her, like her side of that conversation.
I just kind of look at her and say, "Who are you talking to?"
The box.
Okay. I just kind of leave her alone a little bit. I'm not as freaked out as I was with Rowan, but I'm still kind of sus.
Okay. So, but at the end of your watch, the two of you, thankfully, nothing happens other than some box talking and insects chirping and going on in the middle of the night. And that leaves us with the last watch of the evening, Squall and Rowan.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, hello, Squall.
How are you? How was your rest this evening?
Restful. Yours?
I haven't slept well since I've left my home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot.
I'm used to the cushy bed and warm abode.
Yeah, I kind of miss showers. Showers are nice.
Ah, yes. I wonder if the others have heard anything this evening.
They didn't mention anything.
Well, that's good.
Um,
I'm not.
Yeah,
Is something the matter?
we don't need any giant beasts walking through the camp.
Yeah, that.
Nothing. I'm gonna take out my sketchbook. Do you mind?
Oh, not at all. But go ahead, and I'll proceed to maybe pan around and check the surrounding area.
Okay, I'm gonna sit and keep my ears open.
All right, so between the two of you, again, you can either both roll individually perception checks, or one of you can roll with advantage, whatever you guys like to do.
What do you want to do?
I'll roll individually.
Okay.
Do the same.
Alrighty. So, Rowan, what did you get?
17.
Right? Squall?
5.
Right on brand, man. Right on brand. All right. So, over the course of the evening and the last watch, Rowan, are you sketching anything in particular, or you're just what are you drawing?
My sleeping compatriots.
Okay. Squall, you're sitting next to Rowan, and you watch as she is drawing all of the sleeping people in your camp.
Mhm. Mhm.
You are a little unnerved by this, and because of that, you're distracted and really don't see much because first it's the weirdly posed dead frog people, and now she's drawing everybody sleeping,
It's the only time they're sitting still.
and she says
Huh.
this to you.
Okay.
I have a picture of you falling off my back when I was a lizard. You want to see?
Sure.
And she goes and she opens her book and she shows very very good picture of like you rolling off of a giant lizard's back. Um, there's nothing like cartoonish about it, or it's actually like a very analytical, detailed picture of you falling off of the back of a lizard. That's it. Like there's nothing,
Mm.
there's no embellishments, there's no nothing. Every detail is there. It's almost as if you're looking at like a textbook of something, and this is like a picture, of that thing in the textbook. Like there's nothing extra about it. It is what it is.
This is very accurately done.
Thanks.
You must have years of experience.
It's really just a hobby.
I stand impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have any
It's,
hobbies?
Not exactly. Most of my time is spent training, and that's really it.
Sounds
Maybe
boring.
drinking and some eating, but yeah, yeah. Maybe I could have taken up some more recreational activities, but I didn't exactly have. I was kind of groomed for a certain lifestyle, so
Okay, cool.
this is a rather quiet evening, I guess.
I'm thankful for that. But
Yeah.
keep your
Yeah.
your eyes peeled. You never know when the captain might sneak up on us.
Right, right. As I try to peel my attention away from her book.
And
I-
eventually you do. Like, she continues, and eventually she seems very satisfied with her work, and she kind of closes the book, and you guys continue your watch throughout the last part of the evening. And thankfully, nothing happens. And, you know, you your companions wake up, and you're getting ready for the another day's journey, and that's where we're going to take our break. So we're going to be taking about a 15-minute break or so. Want to thank everybody for staying with us if you're still with us. And one thing I will say, I want to thank again everybody who's watching and supporting the stream. I will also say that you probably noticed that we've done some spooky Halloween stuff. We all kind of really love Halloween, so I kind of tried to add that stuff. You'll also see that if for those who are interested, the portraits of the characters that you'll see kind of flashing on the side of the screen with their kind of little, little interesting bios there, they all did that. Everybody did that. Hold on a second. everybody did their own characters. And through Hero Forge, I don't know if you guys are familiar, you can actually make your own miniatures, like design your own miniatures. They just actually did this new thing where you can color it in. It's pretty cool. So all of the players actually did that, and so that's what you're seeing. You're actually seeing the players' own stuff. So thank you again for watching. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. And we'll see what happens when we get back. So thanks. welcome back, everybody. Zoe's back. All right, so where we left off, the last watch of the evening came to a conclusion. The party has awoken and getting ready for their third day of travel through this jungle, trying to catch this elusive captain. What would y'all like to do? I need a marching order. I need to know who's leading the charge. I need to know if you guys are moving at a fast, a slow, a regular pace. I need to know all that good stuff.
Gina, do you want to take lead?
Yes. Yes, I will. I could also try sending Maya ahead a little bit. She needs practice.
As you say her name, she just kind of like jerks up.
I throw her jerky.
Where?
I throw it, like I toss it up in the air so that she could.
Oh, okay. Make an animal handling check for me. For those
Lands
who,
on her face.
yeah, so for those who are watching, I have control of her pseudo dragon, so makes for interesting and fun interactions. What'd you get, Jarina?
Nat 20 plus 2, so 22.
Nice. So as you throw it up in the air, she just looks at it, and she just chews like twice, and then just swallows the whole thing. And she looks very, very happy. Her tail's wagging a little bit. And she's kind of nuzzling against your neck.
So then it's gonna be me and Maya first, then Phoebe, and then whoever's next.
Okay.
I'm gonna go last.
Oh, so you're gonna take up the rear?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Who's after Phoebe?
I'll be.
So Leah's hand up first, and then Squall,
I'll be behind Squall.
Galen, and so then Rowan and Hope. Bringing up the rear. All right. So Jarina, you said you want to try doing this with Maya?
Yeah, Maya, I want you to fly stealthily ahead and tell me if there's anything dangerous ahead.
Okay. Make another animal handling check for me, please.
12.
Okay. That's not bad.
At least it's not a nat 1 this time.
Yeah. All right. So you start talking to her, but as you're talking to her, now that you have this connection with her, you can actually you start to slowly kind of project your thoughts along with the words you're speaking into her mind, and you realize that you need to keep it simple and try to keep it simple because while she is a very intelligent creature, she's only so smart. There's only so much that she can comprehend. So realize that you have to send these messages and be very simple with your messaging. You do get the impression that she's a little unsure of what you mean by stealthy. But the impression, like the psychic impression you get back from her, is that she'll absolutely do it, no problem. And as you do that, she just off your shoulder. Unlike last time, she doesn't go shrieking off into the jungle. She doesn't actually make a sound other than the flapping of her wings. And she takes off. I need you to make a perception check for my... Actually, no, I'm the one that'll do that. I need you to make a perception check for yourself. Pull up her stats here. Okay. Yeah, she gets a +3 to her perception. And advantage. Because it's sight. Okay. Nice. What'd you get?
19 plus 2, so 21.
Okay.
Regular pace.
Regular pace. That was my next question. Thank you. Right. So, over the course of the day, Jarina, you're actually, you kind of like felt bad about like leading everybody through that really thick brush on the first day of traveling, north from the fixer. And so you kind of like, all right, gotta shake this off. All right, I'll do better today. And you send Maya off, and you really kind of buckle down, and you start looking, and you can now see what Phoebe saw yesterday. You can start to see broken branches. You can see depressed footprints, and it takes you about 30 or so minutes to kind of pick up this track, these tracks. But as you do that, throughout the day, you stop every hour or so. You stop. Maya comes back to you, and actually starts to send impressions to you of what she's seeing. Every now and then, you do kind of hear her. It sounds like she's like chasing some birds, occasionally, but more often than not, she is actually doing exactly what you're asking her to do. She did roll a 17 for her perception. So the impressions that you keep getting over the next couple of hours from her is she's starting to see from her view from above. She can actually see very clearly the tracks, and that is actually helping you decide which way to move every hour. And between the two of you, you are able to move the whole group through a lot of heavy brush and jungle fairly quickly. And it's about at the 6-hour mark that Maya comes flying back to you ahead of schedule, a little sooner than she has been in the last couple of hours. And the impression she starts sending to you is actually one of panic. And the impressions and it's kind of garbled, like the impression that she's sending you, like the mental image that she's sending you. The things that you can clearly get from this impression are there's some kind of clearing ahead. There are what looks like the bodies of dead animals. And there's something large, but she didn't get a good look at it because she got freaked out by the dead animals, the bodies of the dead animals, and she flew back to you. But as she was flying back to you, she saw something kind of large moving. But the impression is, again, it's very garbled because she's a little scared. So she's on your shoulder, and she's kind of like staying there, and she doesn't seem to want to like move or budge from there.
I kind of want to pet her a little bit, like stroke her neck a little bit to calm her down. And can I make out what kind of animals were dead?
The impression you saw were like, you did see what looked like maybe some kind of, almost like a deer, but not quite. The markings were a little strange, a little off. But it could be, you don't know how long this animal's been dead. You don't know anything like that because you're getting this impression from her. From her perspective, it was a massive looking dead animal.
Okay.
But it could probably be a regular sized. You're not entirely sure.
Can I tell how far away she saw it?
From her perspective, it seems like the opening and the first of the animal carcasses that she saw, maybe about half an hour away. Like she gives it mostly like in time, like the impressions she gives you. So
Okay. I'm gonna stop everybody and kind of like gather everybody around and whisper, listen, Maya saw a bunch of dead creatures about maybe a half an hour forward, and a large creature. She didn't get a really good look at it, but it was something enough to scare her. So
just quick point of order. The thing that you remember, you do remember, Jarina, is that she flies faster than all of you can walk as well. So it might be longer. It might take you all longer to get to what she saw, because she can get there faster and get back faster.
gotcha. I relay that as well. So maybe about an hour away, give or take, for us if we go at a regular pace. So we should just be a little bit cautious, getting closer over there.
All right. Do you want me to scout ahead?
Yeah, you
That's a
want
good
to take
idea.
scouting?
I don't know if it's a good idea for us to separate, but if you could do it as stealthily as possible, then okay, and we could just continue with the rest of the group at regular pace.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Do it. Yeah. Huh.
So what's the plan, guys?
I'm gonna scout in the direction that Maya came from, as stealthily as possible, trying not to make any noise. If it turns out I do make noise, I'm gonna go back to the group.
All right. So and it's just you're moving ahead of the group to scout.
Right.
Okay. So I need you to make a stealth check for me.
$15.
Okay. Okay. So all of you kind of hold in that position that you're in, and you watch as Hope kind of like squats down a little bit, and she starts moving ahead, and you watch as she just kind of melds with almost like the foliage, and it's completely. Eventually, she's just completely covered by all the trees and leaves and everything in the jungle. Hope, make me a perception check, please.
17.
17. Okay, so you start moving away from the group very stealthily, slow. In the first 10 or 15 minutes or so, you don't see anything. Another 15 minutes go by. You've been gone from the group for about half an hour. You're starting to see what look like bones. Not a lot, but since you are moving slowly and you're actually trying to find something, you start to come across what look like small bones, occasionally littered as you're moving, continue moving northward. You're half an hour away from the group. Are you going to keep moving forward, or are you going to come back?
I'm gonna keep moving forward. For now.
Okay. Make another stealth check for me.
$20, not net.
Okay. And make another perception check for me, please.
Net 20 plus 3, so 23.
Okay. So you next 15 minutes or so, the bones, the number of bones that you see increase, and you are starting to see what looks like the foliage is starting to open up a little bit. You can see a lot of broken trees, not cut down trees, broken trees, jagged edges from trunks, tree trunks that have been broken. Not recently. It seems like for some time ago they were broken, but that's starting to open up the canopy a little bit, and maybe another 100 or 120 feet or so from where you're at, it starts to open up almost into a clearing. But that's as far as you can see. If you wanted to see more, you would have to get closer.
I will skirt around the edges and see if I can see anything else.
Okay, so you continue moving forward. Now the bones that you were seeing before are now, some of them have still pieces of flesh and rotting meat attached to them. You can see that they look like some kind of small animals. Start skirting along the edges of this clearing, moving forward a little more, and start to see larger animals, not smaller animals, larger animals that seem to have large chunks of their flesh just ripped out of them. Some of them have been there for some time. Some of them seem fresher. It's very, very random. But the creatures now seem to be a little larger. And yeah, that's what you see. What would you like?
I'm gonna make my way back because I don't want to run into this thing, whatever it is, by myself,
Okay.
and report back to the group.
Okay. Rest of you, Hope has been gone for about an hour. Is there anything that you guys would have liked to do while she was gone?
Well, after about a half an hour of her being gone, I wanted to start moving at a regular pace towards that direction so we could kind of like meet halfway, I guess.
Okay.
If that's okay with everybody else.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay. Just to give her a little heads up for scouting, but so we don't lose too much time on travel.
I'd like to not lose her either. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So about half an hour of her being gone, you guys start to make your way. You moving at a normal pace, stealthy pace,
Regular? Normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So all of you are starting to move towards Hope. About 20 to 30 minutes of you moving back towards the group, you all meet up.
So, I started out and I came across some small bones. And the progression was that eventually they were fresher, and then the carcasses of the animals were larger. There were broken trees and almost clearing like where most of the corpses were. It seems like the growth of whatever it is exponential. So I do we want to go around? Do we want to um, go straight? What do you want to do? I didn't see the creature, by the way.
I'd like to see where the tracks are leading. The
Make-
tracks of the captain.
Make a survival check for me.
Uh, 17.
The tracks are leading towards that area, but they are veering a little bit to the right. Not directly the path that Hope took back. But they are still somewhat.
The tracks are going around, or
No, they're still going towards that
well,
area.
yeah,
They're just not going exactly the way Hope came from.
yeah. I say we go around. I'm not interested in fighting weird monsters.
What's the plan, guys?
I hate to say it, but I agree with Galen. Let's go around.
Okay.
Better to be cautious and not die than to be adventurous and die.
Okay. So, plan?
I'm guessing we're stealthing around it.
As best as we can.
Okay. So I need everybody to roll a stealth check for me.
Stealth check.
Wait. So. All right.
Perfect.
Jarina, what'd
Don't
you get?
tell me it's a nat 1.
I won't.
That's a 9.
Okay. Rowan?
So rolled a 9.
Okay. Hope?
Can I just say we suck today? 12.
All right. Squall?
7.
You couldn't try more to be on brand
Mm-hmm.
at all. Like that's okay. That's fine. Leah?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
22.
Nice. Phoebe?
25.
Galen?
21.
Okay. So just to let you guys know, what I try to do, especially since we have such a large group, what I try to do is I try to basically kind of average out your rolls when you do like this huge group check. Yes, Jarina?
Did you roll for Maya?
I'm gonna get to that in a minute.
Okay, I just wanted to ask.
However, with Leah, Phoebe, and Galen getting as high as they did, your group is walking through the forest, trying to be as stealthy as possible. However, a number of you are breaking twigs, are tripping over tree roots that you can't see that are hiding under some of the foliage. And Jarina, occasionally, Maya does. She still doesn't leave your shoulder, but she does every time she sees a bird fly out from whenever either Squall, either Rowan or you hit a tree root or something. She does kind of look up at the bird and start going. And this is how you are stealthily all walking through the jungle towards this clearing. After about a good 30 to 45 minutes, you all start to see exactly what Hope described to you. Bones littered everywhere. As you get closer to this clearing, broken trees that seem to have been there for some time. You see larger carcasses of animals, bones with meat and rotting flesh still on those bones. And you see where the clearing is starting, and you start to. Which way are you trying to go around? To the left or to the right?
Well, the tracks are going right, so. Right?
The tracks of the captain?
Well,
yeah, let's go far right.
Well, it was moving right. If somebody wants to see where they are now, whoever wants to do that, they need to make a survival check.
I'll do it again.
I'll roll.
All right, so Phoebe and Galen make survival checks for me. Phoebe, what'd you get?
23.
23. Galen?
19.
Okay. Between the two of you, it does take you about maybe a good 10-15 minutes of looking around, trying to see, try and find the impressions ahead of you rather than behind you. Because as you guys are all walking, you guys are totally destroying any tracks that you were actually following by making many of your own. But both of you do eventually find the sign of where these trails are. He is completely going into this clearing, but is, yes, absolutely staying towards the right. So what do you guys want to do now?
I say we go far right.
Follow the tracks.
Sounds good.
All right, so you continue following these tracks. Another good 15-20 minutes go by. You are starting to see that this clearing is getting much larger. A lot more trees have been what look like either broken. Anybody who is proficient in survival, please roll a survival check for me. Only if you're proficient in it. All right. So, by show of hands, who is proficient in survival? So I got Jarena, I got Phoebe, and Hope. Okay, great. So, Jarena, what did you get?
13.
13. Hope?
10.
10. Phoebe?
23 again.
Okay. Jarena and Phoebe. Not only are some of these trees broken, there are many that look like they have been uprooted. They look like they've been grabbed or pulled and just torn out of the ground. And then just left on the ground to rot, what have you. In addition to also the broken trees that you see littered everywhere. Another 10 minutes go by. The clearing is getting bigger. Most of the trees are almost cleared from your path. It's getting very, very sparse. You guys are having a very, very hard time finding any trees or grass or bushes to slowly stealth and hide behind anymore.
Where are the tracks going?
You're following them.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
Um,
Guys, should we stick to shadier places? Again, yes, we're following the tracks, but I think we should at least have them in eye shot. We should probably be able to.
I
I
don't
look.
know.
Sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead.
I look around and I'm like, there's not much. There's not much to hide. Do the tracks still look humanoid, or do they look like they've grown?
No, the tracks still look the same. My impression of somewhat humanoid, of an average size. So as you're all kind of like looking around, trying to figure out what to do next, all of you start to hear what sounds like argument, but the voices very, very deep and loud. But where you're at, you can't really make out what they're saying, but they seem to be somewhat heated. Like it's definitely. It sounds like it's possibly two voices, kind of going back and forth. But you can definitely, from where you're standing, you can definitely hear it now. But not the exact things that they're saying.
I hope I'm not going crazy, because I'm hearing voices.
I hear him too.
Alrighty
So do
then.
I.
Does anybody
Probably
want
the
to
captain again.
Do the voices sound like they're ahead, or do they sound like they're echoing around us?
They're kind of echoing around you. Make a perception check, Galen.
Question, just for fair is fair, am I in direct sunlight?
You are now. So it would be at disadvantage.
20 non-nat.
While it does sound like the voices are somewhat around you, you kind of like stand there and focus a little bit, and you can tell that it's coming from a little further away from the group ahead of you.
This is just I'm still talking out of game. This is just a wild shot, but have I heard the captain's voice before? And do these voices sound similar to the captain's?
During the fight that you guys had on the boat, you did hear, like, he did give some orders, but he didn't talk like long enough or say enough things that you would actually be able to kind of recognize his voice per se. Like he shouted a few orders out, and then once he saw that most, if not all, of his crew was dead, he jumped off the boat and swam away. So you would not be able to recognize his voice at this point.
Do I recognize his voice?
You would recognize his voice. Make a perception check for me.
I'll aid Hope.
Well, you can't because you wouldn't recognize it.
Yeah. Okay. And besides, I already made the roll. So.
21.
21. You kind of listen. You're trying to listen really hard. It's still hard to make out what they're saying, but none of the voices that you're hearing sound like the captain at all.
Okay. So I whisper to Jarena, that's not the captain.
Okay. Maybe we should just avoid them altogether.
Well, I mean, do you want me to go take a look?
If you could do it as stealthily as possible, then sure.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna stay
I want
over
to see
here.
who it is. I think I want to see who that is.
Okay, I'm just gonna stay over here with the rest of the group so I don't die. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I hope you stealth ahead and try and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a stealth check for me.
I did. It's 13.
13. All right. Okay. So you start stealthing ahead towards the voices. All of you watch as Hope kind of like moves forward, and she's kind of like squatting down and trying to see, and she kind of moves up ahead. Hope, about 50 or 60 feet ahead of you, as you pass this kind of like major it looks like two trees, like two huge trees that have been ripped out of the ground and kind of put, just laying there on the ground. As you pass them, you can now see two massive hulking figures. Both of them anywhere between 8 to 9 feet tall. Dark brown, craggy skin. No hair. Both of their jaws are protruding with these large tusks, coming from their lower jaw. Their skin is kind of like very brown and craggy. They're not wearing any clothing. Large, massive guts. But they are wearing loincloths. One is wearing like a dark brown. The other is wearing blue. And they also seem to be wearing kind of like hide bracers and the semblances of some kind of footwear. And they seem to be arguing with each other. And now that you are where you're at, you can absolutely hear what they're arguing. First, the one in the blue goes, "No, no, no. I remember last week. I did it all last week. It's your turn this week." And the other one goes, "No, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. I distinctly remember last week. I did it at least twice." And then they're kind of going back and forth, arguing about something, about it's somebody's turn to do something, and they just keep going back and forth about this. You can also see next to both of them are these massive wooden clubs, just laying on the ground next to them. But they're just kind of standing there, and while they don't seem angry at each other, they are kind of getting loud about it. And they don't seem to notice you.
Do I recognize what they are?
Make an intelligence check for me.
Well,
12. You've never encountered these creatures before, but you definitely have heard of them. These are ogres. But
I make my way back to the group.
Hold on. Let me finish my description.
I am sorry.
While they definitely fit the description of ogres that you've heard about, the very odd thing is the thing that you've heard the most about ogres is that they're not very intelligent, but they are very quick to anger. And the fact that they're not killing each other and having an argument, and they're actually using monosyllabic words, is very, very strange. I am now done with my description.
Okay. I make my way back to the group.
Okay. Make another stealth check for me, please.
Nat 1.
Okay. So as you slowly start to make your way back, one of your feet steps on a branch, and there's a loud crack. And as the branch cracks, both of these ogres suddenly stop, and they turn their head in your direction. And
I try to duck down.
hold on. As you try to duck down, you watch as they both pick up these clubs, and now you can see that at the very ends of these clubs, there looks like there's these massive metal pieces sharpened at the ends of them. And the one in the blue loincloth is kind of looking and goes, "Oh, hey, what? I see you. What? Why are you trying to hide? I see you. You like right there. I can see you." He's pointing right at you.
I just kind of freeze and turn around and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just on my way to go meet my family."
Make a deception check for me.
Fuck these guys. Nine.
Right. Okay. And he kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh, come on. You don't have to feed me that trout. I know why you're here. Come on. Yeah, you know you're late. What the hell took you so long?"
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be late. I came across some frog people who weren't too happy with me.
Oh, yeah, the grung. Nasty little buggers they are. Yeah. So, yeah. So you can keep standing there with your thumb up your ass, or you're gonna come over here.
I hesitantly step a bit closer.
Okay, you start getting closer. While that's happening, what are the rest of you doing? Because you now all hear an extra voice talking, and you clearly know it's Hope.
What did she do?
You think she knows these guys?
I hope so.
I think she got caught. That's what happened.
Galen, do you want to check up front?
Can I
Just
have
get a little closer enough to listen.
Yeah, can I
Not
also
enough to
have
be
a
seen.
watcher in case I die? Maybe I don't know. You know what? I'll go. So Galen's gonna go ahead and he's gonna stealth as well.
All right, roll a stealth check for me, please. At disadvantage.
Uh, 20 on that.
Okay. You slowly start making your way towards where you saw Hope going, and as you're making your way there, uh, um, you see Hope slowly walking towards these two massive-looking, hulking creatures, and one of them just kind of turns and goes, because you rolled a nat 20. Hey, you, Drow. What is it with you? You're all sneaking around like we can't see you. You're right there. He's pointing right at you.
Alright.
So they sent two.
Hi.
They sent two of you this time. All right. Well, come on. Stop hiding like you're crazy. Come on.
Alright, I casually walk over to them.
All right.
I want to do an insight check on these guys to see if there's something I can gather with these two.
What are you trying to gather?
What they're talking about, because clearly they're intelligent, and clearly they were expecting people.
Okay.
So I'm guessing I'm trying to see if we're confused with somebody else, clearly, or I don't know.
People with tribute.
You're not
Maybe.
there, Rowan. You're with the rest of their group.
Oh, there! I talked to Hope. Oh, there you are. Oh God, those grun, they were terrible.
Yeah. Come on. What was you fucking around with them for? Come on, just. What? I'm very confused. What they sent two of you? Hey,
Just to make sure we survived on the road, that's all.
Well, we don't recognize you two. Are you new?
Yes, we just started, and they figured we should go together.
Oh, make another deception check for me.
I'd like to aid her a little bit, being like, yeah.
I got a 19.
All right.
Okay, never mind.
So Hope, you're telling him this, and Galen's behind. He's going, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So the one that said that, he looked and he goes, all right. Hey, so come on. And he's just kind of motioning for both of you to come closer.
Okay.
I make sure Galen is right next to me, just in case, and we slowly move forward.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not slowly moving. I think we should just move casually, like we own the place.
Well, yeah, casually, but
All right.
you know.
I would like for both of you to roll me. This is going to be a general deception check to see how well you are performing under pressure, essentially, around these two ogres. Hope, what'd you get?
14.
14. Galen?
That's funny. I rolled 2 14s as well.
Okay.
But hold on. The whole thing is 18.
18. All right. So yeah, Galen's holding it together. Pretty. I mean, this doesn't seem to be phasing him too much. Hope, you're trying to hold it together. Outwardly, you seem fine. There's a few beads of sweat that have nothing to do with the humidity of the jungle that you're in. But you seem to be holding it together. The rest of you, Galen has disappeared. He has not come back. You now hear 4 voices talking in the distance.
I start to.
Hold on, Galen, hold on. What is the rest of the group? What are you guys doing now?
What should we do?
I'm confused. Do we... It doesn't sound threatening yet. Diplomacy is not my strong suit.
All right, I'm gonna try something with Maya. Maya, fly up, and in my mind I'm projecting, be quiet, fly up, see what you see, come back.
Make an animal handling check at disadvantage, because she's still feeling a little freaked out. You can get that from her.
That's a 4.
4. She looks at you, and you, the rest of the party, not Galen and Hope excluded, hear her go.
Okay, all right, I tried. I'm sorry, and I pet her again on her neck just to calm her down.
She tries snapping at your finger.
Okay, sorry.
So, that was Jarena. Anybody else want to try anything?
I'm just gonna hold my chainmail so I don't make any noise.
Okay.
It's just gonna clench. It worked last time.
Clenching. That is also on brand for you.
It did not work out last time.
Says the egg layer.
All right. Leah or Phoebe, is there anything you guys want to do?
I just want to be ready. Hands on my daggers.
Okay.
Discreetly.
I have an idea.
What is it?
Rowan, how about you turn into a natural creature of this jungle and just kind of get closer?
But what if they decide to stomp her or something?
Yeah.
Then she runs away.
Did you not remember the trail of dead animals that your dragon saw?
I mean, she could be a smaller animal that can like hide in the brush.
Do you think that will stop
you
them?
go? How small can you go?
I think I can turn into a rat.
Rats can get into different places, you know. Just rats can be stealthy. Rats are rats. Just don't let Maya see you, because then she'll try to eat you. Probably.
Can't hear you, Ron.
I think she's trying to see if she could turn into a rat.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I can turn into a giant rat or a cat.
Like a
I can also
regular
be
sized cat? Like a
I
household
can be
cat?
a tiny lizard too.
Okay, tiny lizard could work.
It's I'm not doing it. If we
Alright.
go, we all go together.
Okay, fair enough. I'm staying right here.
Okay, so while the group deliberates and tries to figure out what they want to do, Hope and Galen, you are now walking towards these large ogres who are kind of waving you forward. You make it right up to them, and you can now smell like they smell bad. Like they're unwashed. They're nasty. The BO is it's juicy. Okay, it's like you can taste the BO in the air. It's bad. You make it over to them and they go, all right, come on. And they kind of turn around and they start walking and leading you further away from the group. Do you follow?
Okay. Yes, but I whisper to Hope. I think we should leave a trail. Something shine. How about?
I have a feeling they can still hear us. So let's
Yeah.
hope that they follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a copper piece every, let's say, 10 feet, like when they're not looking.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check for me.
I know I'm not there, but do you really think we're dumb enough that we can't track two giant ogres?
Listen, they saw us. I don't know. I'm just making sure you can find us, okay?
Make a sleight of hand check, man.
Question: am I still in direct sunlight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh, 19.
19. Okay. Without fail, and without them seeing you, you are every 10 feet or so, you are able to drop a copper piece behind you, no problem. What else are you guys doing? Hope, what are you doing while all this is happening?
I am attempting to show that I am comfortable. However, on the inside, I am silently screaming because these guys are huge. They smell, and they give me a really, really uneasy feeling.
Okay. So they start walking, and you're having a hard time keeping up with them because their steps are massive. And they are literally shaking the ground as they walk. So it's like, and while they're walking, it's like, yeah. So this is the first time they've seen two, so it's pretty interesting, especially new folk. So yeah, I'm Ikar, and this is me brother Ramlin, and he points to the one wearing the blue, and he's like, hey, and he's like, yeah,
Howdy. I do that.
Yep. Good to meet you. Yeah. So And they kind of look at both of you, and as they're walking, they're kind of looking behind them, and they go, "So, where's the pack?"
About that.
They stop. Well, what about it?
So, as you can, we have. I look to Hope, and I kind of nod to her a little. We have a group that was trying to follow us. Apparently, one of our people were sloppy, and we had to cover our tracks. So that's another reason why we took a bit longer than usual.
So what you're saying, and he kind of gets, this is the one in the brown loincloth. He gets a little closer. And he's just standing right over you. And he's holding the club in his hand. And he goes, "So what you're saying is that you don't have the pack. I'm hearing this correctly, yeah?"
Yes.
Yeah, that was the problem that I was telling you about before. You asked us why we were late.
And so he kind of looks over to his brother. And then he looks back down at you, Galen. And he goes, "You know what that means, right?"
No, what does that mean?
He kind of looks at you, Hope. And then he starts laughing. "I'm just fucking with you. I got no idea what that means. Primus is the one that deals with you guys all the time, and he's not here right now. So just come with us. We're just fucking with you. We like fucking with small folk." And then the other one is like,
I chuckle a little.
"Yeah, see, yeah, you got good senses of humor. That's good. That's really good. That's really good. You need that in this line of work. Yeah."
Yeah, all the crazy shit.
Yeah, they turn around and they start walking away. Do you two follow?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so you're following them. The rest of you hear what sound like massive footprints walking away. They stopped. You heard some laughing, and then you heard them continue. Are you all still deliberating while two of your party are walking away with two ogres?
Should we try to follow them?
Yes.
Yes, let's do that.
Are you all trying to follow them?
Sure.
There's a lot
I'm gonna follow Jarina.
Yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty in that sure.
I'm gonna be like all the way in the back with Squall, whereas the more stealthier people can go in the front.
All right. So this is what I need.
I'll lag back about like 5 minutes.
Oh, wait. So what I need is marching order from the rest of you. And then I need you all to make stealth checks for it. Well, not Hope and Galen, but the rest of you. So
Yeah, I did.
all right. So what is the marching order?
I'll go first.
All right. Leah's first.
I'm behind Jarina.
Where's Jarina?
There she goes.
It'll be I'm second to last, and Squall will be last.
All right. So Phoebe is after Leah. So Rowan, you want to be in the middle? Lucky Pierre. Okay. And then was it Jarina and then Squall, or Squall and Jarina? First one, Jarina and Squall. Okay. All right. Now I need those folks to make me stealth checks, please. All right. So, Leah, what'd you get?
21.
Nice. Phoebe.
23.
3. Rowan.
20 non-net.
Hey, Jarina.
16.
Squall.
Oh, sorry. 9.
9.
Slightly better.
And Maya rolled a nat 1.
The bird?
So
She's not a bird, okay? She's a little mini dragon who can like poison your shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
so
Her.
so as the rest of you start making your
Don't
way
fuck up our stealth.
so as the rest of you start moving what you all feel is rather stealthily towards the group. At some point, as you're getting closer, you all now, as you're moving forward, you can see now that Hope and Galen are following these two massive creatures. And just as they don't seem to notice you at all. And just as you make your way, you're starting to slowly make your way, Maya catches sight of these two creatures. And she goes, and she just takes off into the air looking for the first tree that she can find. And just right into the foliage of this massive tree, causing all of these birds to shoot out of it. And as this happens, Hope and Galen, you see both of the ogres just stop and then turn around. And they are all clearly staring at all of you. And the one that called himself Icar, he kind of cocks his head a little bit, and then he looks down at you, Hope. He goes, "Stay with you."
No, I'm gonna go behind you and take out my bow.
Oh,
Yeah, same here.
good to know. Good to know. I
I think these are the ones that we had a problem with, along with the frogmen.
Oh, all right, Ramlin. And he goes, "Yes, Icar. Is it ramen time?" "Yes, it's ramen time." All right, I need all of you to roll initiative, please.
Uh,
We're fucked.
Actually, what we're gonna do is, just to let you know, we're gonna roll initiative, and then once we roll initiative, we're actually gonna call it for the evening.
yeah, good.
Okay? Because I will tell you this right now. No matter what the outcome of this is gonna be a very, very long fight. And we're almost at the 4-hour mark for the stream. So it's for the game. So
Well, can't we go half?
you know what? I'll leave it up to you guys. If you want to start the fight and then pick it up next week, I'll leave it.
I think
I'll poll you guys, and we'll see what we want to do. All right. So Jarina, would you like to continue or stop for the evening?
I'm gonna go with nay.
Okay. Rowan.
I concur.
Okay. Hope, I think you want to do this, so I'll say you say yay. Squall.
Because I'm at the bottom of the order, I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Leah.
No.
All right. Phoebe.
no, because if we start halfway, none of us are gonna want to stop.
Okay.
Big fact too.
Galen.
I'd like to continue, but I think it would be better to kind of think of a strategy before we actually.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, I'm sorry, honey, but you've been outvoted. However, no, but Galen does bring up a good point that during the week you guys get to kind of plan out your strategy. I will caveat this and say don't try not to metagame it too much. No looking up stats of ogres and shit like that, because as you could probably already tell, these are not your normal run-of-the-mill ogres. So if you look up stats for ogres, you'll probably be very disappointed. But we are still going to roll initiative to see how this plays out for next week, and then we'll do that. All right. So, Jarina, what did you get?
14.
All right. 14. Rowan, what'd you get?
12.
Hope?
And can I find out what my hat does
Yeah. Hold on one second.
officially?
Yes. Hold on one second. Hope?
16.
16. Squall?
It's almost like Jarina's, except minus the 10th digit, so it's a 4.
So completely not like hers. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Leah?
14.
14. Phoebe?
18.
18. Galen?
21.
All right. So, next week when we come back, we will pick up at that interesting spot that you guys have yourself in. So, Rowan, the item that you have is known as the Hat of Vermin. And I'll read to you, and so everybody knows what it does. This hat has 3 charges. While holding the hat, you can use an action to expend one of its charges and speak a command word that summons your choice of a bat, of a frog, or a rat. The summoned creature magically appears in the hat and tries to get away from you as quickly as possible. You do not have control over it, and it will act just like a normal creature.
It's a bat, a rat, and what else?
A frog.
Okay.
I'll let you come up with the command word for it.
Is it? I said Renar, right?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah,
Okay.
that was the word Renar. Yeah.
Can I just yell bat and throw bats at the oncoming enemy?
If you want to, yeah. If you can totally change the command word if you like. I'll allow that.
I have no control over these vermin. They just try to get away from me.
Yeah, like you have control over what gets summoned of those 3 creatures.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have any control of those creatures. You just summon a creature.
Okay, so it's not like it's not like an abracadabra hat where I can pull anything out of the hat.
Nope, just those 3 creatures.
Son of a bitch. I was gonna try to get a dragonborn egg out of the hat.
That would have been something.
Yes.
All right.
You could just try to lay another one.
All right.
Real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
My magic hat that I have not used at all lately. Since I am attuned to it, can I actually change clothing, or does it only change my physical, like facial and?
No. It changes your appearance to how you want to look.
Okay.
Including clothing.
Okay. Cool.
But like for example, so if you use it and you decide to look like someone who's not wearing a hat, you won't look like you're wearing a hat. But if somebody goes to touch your head, they'll feel a hat.
Okay. I'm curious, if somebody just whacks it off, like by chance, like I dodge but they accidentally hit my hat, will the magic go away, or will it just stay on my head?
You don't know. You have to see to find out.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Again, thinking of strategies.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's always a good way to go. So, guys, great game, as usual. Thank you for playing in my ridiculous sandbox. It's always fun. And everyone, thank you for watching and staying with us. I know some of you probably wanted to see a fight on the battle map, but that's how sometimes how this plays out. we try to keep it. Oops, sorry. We try to keep it at about 3.5 to 4 hours long, simply because with technical issues, being a new stream and all that stuff. But I've played with these guys for about 2 years now, and our fights get really long. So just want to make sure that everybody, including you guys, get a good night's rest. So again, thank you for watching. Thanks for supporting. Really appreciate it. Quick thing, I want to kind of tease a little bit of some of the things that that might be coming down the pike on this channel. Looking to definitely, once we hit affiliate, I am definitely looking at doing giveaways. So once we hit affiliate, we'll be doing a giveaway on the channel, probably during our break, or maybe towards the end. And the first giveaway, I can tell you exactly what it's going to be. It is going to be the D&D starter kit, The Lost Mines of Phandelver, brand new. But again, that's one of the things that we want to try and do. Once we hit affiliate, we want to start doing giveaways. Make sure to support you guys the way you're supporting us. There might be some more things if you guys are interested. And again, I'll probably do it anyway. But if you guys are interested, I'm thinking about doing a Q&A about playing Dungeons and Dragons. Questions that you guys might have. Look for more information on that. We'll probably be putting it like in our Facebook group page. We're also putting together a Discord server, which, if everything works out correctly, should be done soon. And we'll invite you guys, all of you, to that Discord server. Hopefully the grand opening of the server, if you will actually be on Halloween, where I really would like to do a watch party of Rocky Horror, because that is one of my favorite movies. But that's all kind of in the works. Kind of want to tease all that to you guys. See what you all think. Because this community that we're trying to build with players and creators is made up of other communities of great people, and we really want to work together with you to both make this a great channel and make this inspiring for other people, but we want to do it together. So let me know what you think. Let us know what you think. Definitely either here or in the Facebook channel would be great. But that's about it. That's all I got. Again, I really just do want to thank you guys and support for the support in watching us. And with that, we're gonna say thank you again, guys, for watching. My players, thank you so much for a great game. You guys are awesome as always. It's interesting to see what you guys do every week. It really is.
We like to keep you on your toes.
No shit. So thanks to those who threw a follow to us. Really appreciate that. And we'll see you all next week to see where the rest of this goes. Take care, guys.
Have a good night.
Night. Be good to each other. Love each other. All that good stuff. Take care.